Welcome to Daily 5 for Monday, June 10th, 2024. Some of you may have heard, I think I talked about on, actually now I think about it, on the last show, I think I talked about the new platform for artists called Cara, C-A-R-A, which has, oh yeah I did, because I read their whole thing about their anti-AI stance. So this has become the kind of de facto place for artists who are upset over Instagram's, I don't even know, it's something to do with AI scraping. I didn't really look into it. I just kind of assumed that Instagram was doing that, but apparently now it's been confirmed that they're ingesting artwork for whatever AI product Meta is messing with now or is going to in the future. And so I saw an article that said that over 500,000 artists have migrated over to Cara. I don't know if I actually believe that, but I guess if you count every single person who declared that they left Instagram for Cara, sure, that number probably is a significant one. Whether the people leaving will have any pull on everybody else on the platform, I don't know. But this made the rounds. Again, there was the idea that Cara opened up as an alternative, and then a lot of people left. I see Cara now is seeking money because their server is getting hammered. And so all of this is part of this anti-AI stance that many creative individuals are taking, where they don't want to be part of something that's scraping their data, and so they're going over to Cara. And the thing is, I understand this in principle. And, you know, I've talked about some version of this before on my kind of neutrality on this whole thing. And part of that neutrality is that inevitably this is going to be happening. This is not something that users can solve. Not really, because too many of these companies, if you actually go above the individual apps themselves, the individual platforms, it's not about Instagram or Adobe or whoever. It's about the fact that all these companies are in the same business. No matter what their competitive stature may seem to be on the surface, they're all ultimately doing the same thing, which is trying to extract as much money from the user base that they have as they can. And as long as that is the central driving principle of these companies, which I don't know why that would change anytime soon. I don't think that the economy of the world, the economies of the world are going to suddenly realign themselves, at least not the capitalist ones. Then these things are going to keep happening because these companies in the end are going to be using the same data sources. They're going to be sharing far more information than they may publicly state with each other and to their mutual benefit in terms of profit. So all of this stuff is going to keep happening. Will Cara be an oasis for artists? Sure, it might be at first, but eventually it's going to go the same way as everything else. I mean, it's just the way that it is. And that's not really a defeatist attitude. It's more of instead of just abandoning Instagram for something else, what we should be doing is demanding of lawmakers to put things in place that allow us to have more control over the things that we own, our data, our products, our creations. But instead, people just abandon platforms. Okay, I'm leaving this for this. It's kind of the same thing with Blue Sky to Twitter. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Blue Sky way more than Twitter. I find it to be a much more welcoming place. But I assume that in a few years, Blue Sky will go the way of Twitter because eventually, again, once you have a user base, this does follow the same cycle. Once you have enough people, somebody's going to realize somewhere, hey, you know what? We could be making a few more dollars off all these people. They're here now. They're not going to go away. They're used to this place. So let's see if we can maybe get them to stick around. And it'll start innocently enough, as it always does. It'll be, could you pay a few dollars to keep things going? Which, again, I'm not saying that's disingenuous or being deceitful. They may be looking for and should be compensated for the work they're putting into a platform. But then greed tends to set in almost every case. That's how it goes. Or Blue Sky or whatever, or Cara will get acquired. Somebody will walk up with a multi-million-dollar check, and no rational person is going to pass that up. I mean, that's just the way the world works. So, again, I think that while I understand the signaling and the performative action of going over to Cara, which I did. I created a Cara account, and I've got a couple things over there, but I'm not going to close down Instagram because, again, I just always assumed that Instagram was predatory. I don't know why people didn't think that something like this would eventually happen. So I've got a thing over on Cara, but I'm not sitting here congratulating myself that I'm dealing a blow to Instagram, because that's not what's happening. Even if every single artist left Instagram, I don't think that's going to matter. It's not as if it was exclusively an artistic and creative haven. And again, it's only a matter of time because we don't actually address the fundamental problem, which is how these companies make money. Until we do that, you can switch platforms all day, all night, all week, all year, and it won't make any difference. We need something more significant than that to change things. Later.